Are you ready for another bounty hunting league? Because I'm ready for it. Today we're going to be hunting monsters with acid. Reality acid, to be specific. Phil Gallagher, ThrabenU here for another Pauper video. Today we are going to be playing with, Reality Acid deck. So Reality Acid is a permanent with Vanishing. And normally how this is supposed to work is you're supposed to wait 3 turns. And when the last counter is removed, something happens. So when this thing leaves the battlefield, the enchanted permanence controller is supposed to sacrifice it. But what if instead of waiting 3 turns, we just flicker it in a number of different ways? So we have Flicker of Fate and Teferi's Time Twist, which can both just immediately flicker these things. And then we can also return it to our hand via either Core Skyfisher or Dream Stalker. So the goal here is to play a Reality Acid and then flicker it or bounce it to just have a repeatable Vindicate on a stick. And honestly, that's dope as hell, and I'm super excited to play with this. So we need more permanents to flicker than just Reality Acid, and that's why we have a number of ETB creatures like Seagate Oracle and Muldrifter. Although, if I'm being honest, I expect to win more games via concession than I do by actually attacking and kill my opponent. The bounty that I'm hunting in this league is to win a game with my opponent having 0 permanents in play after I've destroyed at least 3 with a Reality Acid. And if I do so, I get some extra dollar bills. So that's going to be the goal. And as far as other permanents to bounce, I do also just have copies of things like Spreading Seas that I could bounce. I made 5 changes from this deck list from how it was originally submitted. There was originally a Crystallization to just increase the utility of the Heliod's Pilgrim. I just cut that for the 4th copy of Reality Acid. This card seems to be the critical card to making this deck work. I want to have the full play set of them. And I don't really mind having multiple. And as far as the sideboard goes, I wanted a full playset of Dust to Dust in there because, spoilers, Affinity is good, and they're going to be pretty good at just beating a Reality Acid since it's kind of slow as far as removal goes. Otherwise, our sideboard is mostly a little bit of Graveyard Hate and some counter spells here. We have some very specific things. This can stop things like, say, the Burn deck, or can also do some things versus a Tog or Fling or something like that. And we have an old Pauper All-Star Serrated Arrows to kind of do some additional damage. One card that I haven't played before in Pauper is Custody Squire. This has Will of the Council, which is the voting mechanic. So starting with you, each player votes for an artifact, creature, or enchantment card in your graveyard. Return each card with the most votes or tied for the most votes to your hand. So this is kind of one of my big endgame cards. Endgame, I can just do this, vote for the thing that I need to get back. If opponent votes wrong, I get 2 things instead. And I can kind of recur this, blanket, yada, 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 generate disgusting amounts of value. I'm excited to give this one a go. I think we're going to lose a lot of games where my opponents just do something really broken quickly, but I think we'll have a decent long game, which is kind of what I want. We'll see if we can get that bounty. Anyway, if you're new here, please consider subscribing for sweet Pauper content. I'm playing the format pretty regularly now, and if you're a regular, throw me a like before we begin. Likes and comments are the easiest ways to support my content for free. Okay, let's battle. Okay, I have a bit of a slow opening hand here, but I think I'm going to keep it white, black, white, black. So I play my Chancery on turn 2, and then I get Reality Acid on turn 3, and I get to start blinking it. I think I'm on board for this. Night's Whisper, absolutely. Oh, this is literally why I played Island over Plains last turn, by the way. Was in case I drew this exact card. So that's super cool. Little things. And 2 more flicker effects. Hell yeah. I'll absolutely just take those. I'm going to go ahead and play my bounce land here. This does unfortunately mean that I go up to 8 cards in hand. I don't think I care that much. Bounce that island. I'm gonna discard a Spreading Seas here. I just don't need that effect right now. I have my mana spoken for a few turns. Actually, if I get discarded and I lose the reality acid here, a little awkward for me. But divest does not hit reality acid. It hits artifacts and creatures. So that's good. Okay, cool. So, land drop and begin the acid trip. So, oh god, next turn I get to double flicker, don't I? That's pretty fucking gross. Alright, what do you have? Yeah, you can take a Dreamstalker. That still leaves me with 3 ways to flicker this land. Yeah. I don't even know what my opponent is playing. Like, they haven't shown me a real win condition yet. Alright, so I flicker my reality acid. Now attach this to their swamp. That means that they sacrifice this land. Now, do I let them keep this? I think so. I think I let them keep that. And then when they play a new land, I do the whole Flicker of Fate thing. This is so fucking disgusting. I love this. I absolutely love this. Alright. So then I move it to the other swamp, destroying this swamp. God, I'm such a fucking bully. I'm sad that this enters tapped. I mean, I'll take my 2 life. And I'll just chill. Same play pattern here. I wait till my opponent plays a new land. And then I flicker this. Estalence, okay. So I've got a better idea of what's going on now. Yeah, Core Skyfisher's good here. I'll play the Skyfisher. I'll return the Reality Acid. I destroy the swamp. Alright, if opponent concedes here, I just get the bounty immediately. Alright, gotta wait. Okay. Let's go land. Reality Acid that thing. Alright, I'll attack for 2. That's opponent to 17. Okay, there we go. Now, I'll go ahead into Fairy's Time Twist. And then this returns this with a +1/+1 counter. I return the Reality Acid to my opponent's hand. And I just keep doing this shit. This is great. Alright, you got another land. That's fine. That's not a problem. We'll take care of that. I'll hit him for my 3, bring my opponent to 15. Can't blanket this turn. I guess I'll just play a Muldrifter. And then I'll try to just draw something that allows me to blanket again. Okay, opponent has no play. Like they're on discard, playing like some sort of white-black nonsense. Yeah, definitely wanted the 4th Reality Acid. I am going to Spreading Seas and make it so their thing taps for blue, which is not a color that's in their deck. So I can play the Custodes Squire and then return like a flicker effect to my hand. Okay, opponent paused for a long time for no reason. Go ahead and just bash in for my 5. That's opponent to 10. What does this return? Artifact, creature, or enchantment. You can use that to get a Dream Stalker. Okay, there's the Squire. And then Reality Acid plus Dream Stalker blows up my opponent's land next turn. I don't know if this is better than just like playing Spreading Seas and turning that into a non-mana source. But like the extra 3 power on board when my opponent's got nothing definitely matters. Okay. Garrett, I leave it up to you. Like that's the pieces to blow up my opponent's final permanent. You decide whether or not that one counts. Okay. I don't know if I need to sideboard. It seems like Reality Acid is just going to absolutely obliterate my opponent's deck. They just need a lot of mana for things like Pestilence. Like I could play like Counterspell or something, but Like I could go down on Journey to Nowhere probably. Go down to Journey to Nowhere for 2 Counterspell. The thing is, like, I'm gonna just tap out a lot of the time. I don't even know if that's good. Reality Acid is a hell of a drug, though. Like, my god. That was just disgusting. I'm so glad that that happened at the beginning of the video, too. Absolute fucking bully. Ban ThrabenU from Pauper. Okay, so... how's this hand? Probably fine. I'll keep this. I have to decide kind of how I'm going to sequence it. Like, My mana's a touch awkward in that, like, Tranquil Cove, if I bounce it with Chancery, is kind of weird. I guess I'm not getting any use out of the planes, right? If I play that on turn 1. Okay, you've got a life gain land, that's fine. I've got a life gain land to match you. And we'll see if you can actually do anything proactive here. On my turn 3, I just have Reality Acid if my opponent can't disrupt it. Okay, they get to disrupt my Reality Acid here. Without that, my hand's considerably weaker. I might consider playing Spreading Seas next turn rather than playing the Chancery. Although if I play the Chancery, then I just get a Heliod's Pilgrim a little bit later on. And that finds me a new Reality Acid. I can also just legit hold up Counterspell this turn. I think I like that. Let's do that. I'll probably trade Counterspell pretty aggressively. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I'm good with that. Like, I have one card that impacts. So, let's go and find a copy of Reality Acid. My opponent discards it, my opponent discards it. But I can, like, return it to hand with Core Skyfisher and start doing disgusting things. Ooh. Oh, okay. That's not a sign of strength. Like, that's presumably a sideboard card that they brought in to fight against my thingy that returns stuff from the graveyard, so... You know. Probably not where my opponent wants to be. Sure. Okay. So as a starting point, let's see if I can successfully attack for 1 point of damage. My opponent has tons and tons and tons of possible removal spells here that they could use. Yep, there's one of them. Second main phase. Reality Acid, the Basilica. So that I will get that effective 2 for 1. It's not exactly like blowing up 2 of their lands for one of my lands is quite good. Do I need to have 5 mana next turn? Probably not. But I might. I don't think the 1 point of life is super relevant. I'm just going to bounce a plains here rather than try to get that 1 extra point of life. Alright, plains bounced. My opponent couldn't do anything with cool mana. Sorry, my opponent couldn't do anything with 4 mana on their turn. So we'll see if they can do anything with 5. They can become the Monarch, sure. That's fine. I have 5 mana available to me this turn. Probably want a Core Skyfisher in play come the end of turn. I think I will Teferi's Time Twist and go ahead and just bounce that. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to attack my opponent's. Just come back end of turn? Yeah, that does. Oops. Awkward. Yeah, fuck that up. Okay. Given that fuck up, I think I'm just going to make my opponent's mana more awkward. Yeah. That was a costly mistake on my end. Now I don't really have a chance at becoming the Monarch immediately. I'm gonna keep going after my opponent's mana. I don't know if that's correct versus taking out their creatures, but like their creatures aren't that good. So I think I'm fine with it. Alright, what's the follow-up? Totally good with that. Like, this is not a problem. Oh, a Basilica. Oh. Oh. That's a problem. That's absolutely a problem. Okay, so get cheeky. I'll go 2 mana. I'll play a Core Skyfisher. So I'm just going to bounce an island here. That allows me to make my land drop. Then I'll play a new Core Skyfisher. I'll return the Spreading Seas. I'll play the Spreading Seas on the Basilica, and then set my opponent back a land drop that way. Nice. Okay, cool. Now I have 2 different things that can attack in the air next turn in order to, like, try and become the Monarch. Yeah, I will sacrifice a creature. That's fine. This becomes more awkward if they have a second. Yeah. They have a second one. That's okay. Like, I can I can get cute here. And once I become the Monarch, I think I'll win this game. All right. So let's Dreamstalker. How much are these on flashback? Too much. Okay. Anyway, let's Dreamstalker. Return the Spreading Seas. Replay the Spreading Seas to draw a card. Nice. And then I'll just hold up Counterspell here. Can't attack this through this here. I counter whatever this is. I don't like it. Guardian of the Guild Pact. Yeah, that's good enough to counter. Junk that. So now my opponent presumably holds this back. And if I can find a way to just get this out of the way, I'm totally fine. Okay, here's a new flyer. That's also good. But it's starting to get to the point where, like, my opponent's flashback stuff is going to be online. Okay, this is great. This says Death Touch, so I can't attack into it. All right, what do you have? Big. Okay. I mean, I can still become the Monarch in the air. This is annoying because it can't be killed via Reality Acid. That is what it is. Okay, I now have Counterspell up. Okay, you should have done this while I was tapped out and I didn't have Counterspell up. That was absolutely a mistake on your end, because now I'm the Monarch. I'll attack with this Muldrifter. Okay. So now the Monarch subgame is truly a subgame rather than something that's one-sided. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The Chainer's Edict stuff starts to come online. Wish this didn't enter tapped. It's the difference between holding up a Teferi's Time Twist and not. I think I'm supposed to protect this Muldrifter rather than play the Reality Acid. Spreading Seas, sure. I don't mind that at all. I mean, that's fine. Like, taking my Reality Acid is very good, but I obviously have a bunch of other stuff to do. Yep, there it goes. What's the follow-up? I mean, I'll attempt to flicker it. I will use my worse flicker effect first. Okay, cool. That was onboard information. I'll take the 2 damage here. You become the Monarch. Fog is fine. Yeah, I'm just gonna call that good. I'm not gonna try to, like, greed and put a +1/+1 counter on this thing. Just want to be able to protect my shit. Alright, opponent sat there and thought for quite some time. I'll gain my life, and then attempt to crash in with the Muldrifter. And we'll see whether or not this works. Be reasonable for my opponent to, like, wait to play a cast down until, like, this point. To just try and fog the attack. Nope, seems like we're just trading damage. That's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. I want to hold up 2 of it. That really leaves me with 5 to work with. Let's slowly make my opponent's mana worse. This is the land that scries, so I want to shut that off. A Flicker of Fate, sure. I think I just Spreading Seas again, just to keep attacking this white mana while holding up a bounce effect. Okay. Alright, so I'll go to end step. I've got some protection versus removal here. I've cut my opponent off of, like, the castigate effects, at least for right now. We can trade some damage. I'm fine with that. Okay, yep, sure. I don't like that, whatever it is. Okay, 7. Flashback Chainer's Edict. Okay. Gets rid of my Dreamstalker. That's fine. I could consider doing a blink effect on my Muldrifter, but that opens me up to a Disfigure if I do so. I think I will basically just leave open a mana at all times here. Or rather, 2 mana at all times. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I will take this damage. Yeah, I just need to have this flyer around, or I don't play the Monarch subgame as well as my opponent does in terms of, like, the actual combat steps. So let's crash in. Reclaim the Monarchy. Alright. I do need to end this turn with at least 1 bonus creature in play to play around the other edict that's in the graveyard. I'm going to start with the Preordain. Like, finding Reality Acids and stuff are pretty good. Or the Aura Searchy guy. I don't think I want either of those. I've many flicker / bounce effects in play already. So let's play a Dreamstalker. Just bounce one of these Spreading Seas. I will immediately just recast. Fine. A lot of mana. I'm going to be discarding anyway. I think I'm just going to take a draw here and discard rather than play out another Dreamstalker. Like, I am totally fine with discarding a Chancery. I'd rather, like, leave open the possibility of, like, drawing Counterspell and having Counterspell up with another one of these. Actually, how many Counterspells did I have in the deck? I've used them both. Castigate. Castigate's fine. Probably takes my Seagate Oracle. Okay. Did not take the Seagate Oracle. We have Flicker Effect. Chanter's Edict's a sorcerer, right? Enchanting Eater. Yeah, okay. So I'll eat this damage. What do we have here? 4, 5, 6, 7. A lot. So this is just going to be the flashback. Yeah, that's fine. So I'll junk a Dreamstalker there. And now I know that my opponent can't play another spell. I will go ahead and just grow this to a 3/3 while I safely can. Now this comes back. I take my draw 2. Nice. Do I want to blink a Spreading Seas here? I don't think so. Oh, another Muldrifter. Fantastic. Let's just go ahead and play that. So 5 mana Muldrifter. Get another draw 2 there. Got 5 mana to work with. I think I'll just use 3 of that for a Seagate Oracle to better play around Edicts. Okay. Grab a Skyfisher, I guess. And I'll be discarding some cards here. I think I'm good with that. This brings my opponent to 14. Such value. Such absolute value. Yeah. I'll discard a bounce land here. Oh, I need to discard 2 cards. I guess a Sandbar. I am not hurting 4 cards to play. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely play things that lower your life total. I'm so good with that. What else you got? Duress. Sure. Like, I'm actively discarding cards, so I'm good with this situation. Okay, I lost a flicker. What's the follow-up? Sure, that's fine. Yes, please have outer tap low. I will probably just respond to that by attempting this. Like, if I get disfigured, I get disfigured, but that leaves me with a Muldrifter. That's good. Did get disfigured. Sure. Like, as long as I have a flying Muldrifter in play, I'm good with that. So I'm going to lose this second Muldrifter. That's fine. I can bounce my Seagate Oracle a few times. Sure. Alright, so I just take 2 here. Fine. I guess I need to start watching my cards in library. I am down to just 20 cards in library. Nice. This actually means that I can attack a little more freely. So I can play Journey to Nowhere. Use it to exile this. Go to combat and hit in for 4, bringing my opponent to 9. I'm ahead in terms of this life total race now. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. So let's go 2 mana for a Skyfisher. We'll use that to return an Oracle. I'll play the Oracle. I'll find a Reality Acid, absolutely. What's the most important thing over there? Probably play it on this. Card's quite annoying. So I'm not going to have a flicker effect up this turn by tapping for this Reality Acid. I think that's fine. Okay, I didn't draw one anyway. Alright, this is a heck of a slug. So, like, time and deck size and resources are all things that, like, very much matter here. Okay, yeah, opponent just immediately going for the cards. Makes sense. See what sort of follow-up play they have. Pestilence. This hits players as well. Each creature and each player. Alright. That's not great. I can hopefully just get rid of that. Oh, my opponent has 3 mana up, so they can just do their whole Pestilence thing. This is going to be good. Alright, so I will attempt to go ahead and swing in here. Alright, so my opponent does 1 damage to each of us. They do 1 damage to each of us. Now they'll activate 1 more time. Then at that point, I will flicker Core Skyfisher. I will return the Reality Acid, and then they stay the Monarch. Well, now Reality Acid this, play Core Skyfisher, return the Reality Acid to destroy Pestilence. Now I have 4 mana. Getting another point of power in play probably matters more than replaying the Reality Acid immediately, right? So let's go 2 mana, Balance a Spreading Seas, 2 mana, replay a Spreading Seas. Okay. Enter that. Tapped, gain some life, and those points of life are just super relevant here. Ugh. This is brutal. Let's see what their follow-up is. Revoke existence on Journey to Nowhere, allowing them to become the Monarch. Sure. I'll take 2 points of damage. Puts me to 5. Fine. That's less fine. Ooh. That life gain land is a little rough there. We might end up going to a game 3 situation. Okay, cast down on a Core Skyfisher. Rough. Okay. So I get to become the Monarch. How am I winning this? Killing them next turn is the answer. So I guess first let's make sure that I do become the Monarch. Crash in for 2. Okay, that successfully occurs. Play a Muldrifter. Preordained Tranquil Cove. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can play Custody Squire. I'll vote for a Core Skyfisher for mana efficiency here. I'll play Tranquil Cove for the life. Play Birdman. Return a life gain land. And call it a turn. So now I'm not dead to an alpha attack from my opponent. I have way more than lethal in the air. This is gonna be tight. Like I can lose to a Pestilence here. Ugh. They have fuck. No. Okay. Hell of a game. Ugh. Had so many different lines that game. Okay. So I kill faster than my opponent kills. I kind of control better than my opponent controls as well. So these Journey to Nowheres aren't great. But there's something that keeps me from getting pecked to death by the queen thingies, the Rose of the Blackthorns. I can also just play some Dispels and get better at answering things that kill my Muldrifters. This might sound ridiculous. I don't think I want to do that because I think I want to be able to F6 through as many of my opponent's turns as possible. Like, clock is a very real concern here. This is fine. I'm going to keep this, throw back one of these. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and remove the upkeep stop from my opponent's turn. Sure. Bounce land. Return a Plains, and then see what they have. Not playing the Spreading Seas on 2 lets them castigate it away if they draw Castigate. I don't think that's the end of the world here. Okay, they did indeed take it. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to play Muldrifter as a draw 2 here. I'm not going to. I think this game goes long enough that I don't have to get just, like, utterly hyper-aggressive here. Yeah. I will consider playing it as a draw 2 next turn if I miss out on a land drop, but I'm just, like, not ready to start making kind of, like, bad plays. Sure. Okay, this causes me to miss my land drop. I think I'm okay with it. So let's Spreading Seas that, draw a card. Okay, this lets me make a land drop. And then I'll just treat this as a draw a card here. I'll return this, play it there. Get my other card out of that. My opponent gets to attack me for 2 here. That's fine. Like, it sucks that they have the creature on board early. Oh, that's rough. This is a lot of pressure. Alright, there's my Muldrifter. think my opponent is going to out-pressure me here. They've got 4 a turn already. Yeah, that's fine. It's not good for me. I'm taking 4. Yuck. Yeah, this is kind of... Oh, yikes. Circle of Protection blue was not something I was necessarily playing around here. Bottom with those lands. Flicker effect. Sure. My situation is not good. Let's play a core Skyfisher. I'll return a cycling land. I will cycle that land. Yikes. I think I'll just hold up a flicker effect. Okay, sure. That's very good here. So I'm going to eat 4 damage and go to 11. Yeah. I need something broken to do or I'm not going to win this game. Okay. So I get to crash in for 2. Bring my opponent to 22. And then I kind of have to do some awkward things here. Don't have anything good to flicker. I'll just... Fuck, I kind of did that wrong. Oh well. So let's play a Dreamstalker. Return this sandbar. Attempt to cycle it. I'm going back on land drops, which is not where I want to be. Ugh. I'll preordain. Sure, that's fine. Journey to Nowhere doesn't answer that. Send both of those away. Faith Fetters is not the worst. Faith Fetters can shut off the Circle of Protection, but the Guardian of the Guild packs are brutal here. Yeah. I'm honestly kind of surprised that didn't just, like, target me and just, like, use it as a burn spell. Oh wow, I didn't lose Faith's Fetters. Super surprised. Alright, land drop. Faith Fetters this. My opponent can activate it a couple times in response. Always yield to that. Alright, I gain 4 life. I'll then flicker that and gain 4 more life. And these don't get to attack this turn. So this is why I thought my opponent should have taken the Faith's Fetters, but like maybe they're moving just quickly to just try to make sure they have enough time to do all their shit. Yep, that's fine. Like I am basically all in on the Flicker Faith's Fetters. Till my opponent times out plan. But their turns can go pretty quickly. Duress is good. 1, 2, 3. Reality Acid, cool. Not quite ready for it. Guess I'll Mull Drifter. Alright, draw 2. I really wanted to hit a land drop there to be able to also Teferi's Time Twist. Yep, I'll take 4. That's fine. Okay, yep. Alright, I'll attack for 2. Really don't want to be seeing these Journey to Nowheres. I mean, it is what it is. Teferi's Time Twist this. Make sure I get my life. Seagate Oracle. I'm just honestly going to take the land drop here. Gain my life. That there. Journey to Nowhere doesn't hit this. Something, something, something. Crystallization that I cut from my sideboard. Yeah, sure, sure, sure. Feed on in there. Play a Heliod's Pilgrim. Yes. Search for a Spreading Seas, I guess. Spreading Seas a land. Sure, Flicker of Fate. Flicker this. Yeah. Yeah, my opponent can just do their turns so much faster than I can, unfortunately. It is what it is. I'm just taking 4 every turn. They're also taking 4 every turn. That is what it is. Reality Acid something. Crash in for 4. Oh, if they have plays, sure. Yes, please. Please waste precious seconds. I very much need you to waste those precious seconds. I need to draw something here. Like, a way to flicker this Faith's Fetters would be super cool. Stop drawing those lands. Alright. Core Skyfisher, sure. Ah, fuck, I fucked this turn up. I'm gonna guess that my opponent is playing quickly enough that this mistake doesn't matter. Okay, it did not. Crash in. Opponent goes to 8. They attack me. Oh, they don't attack. I think they just F6 their own turn. Yeah, that's fine. I wanted to play that land drop, but it is what it is. We're both playing so quickly here. Yeah, duress is fine. Okay, so some stuff happens. You lose that. I play this. I play this. I attack with a bunch of shit. Oh. Oh my god. Oh. Okay. Alright. So, that was intense. My opponent skipping their one attack step there cost them that, although any number of different decisions over the course of this game could have swung this in either direction. That was one round. That was one round? Okay. Okay. I can probably... Actually, I don't know that I need an upkeep stop this time around. Let's gain a little life at the beginning of this game. I don't know what this indicates. But I am going to turn it into not that card. And just kind of set up my early game here. Ooh, don't mind that draw. Yeah, sure. An elf. Sure. Alright, so I can only have 2 mana this turn. I need 4 mana next turn. I could get like a Core Skyfisher going. I don't mind leaving the Spreading Seas in play though. I think I'm just gonna preordain. I want lands, I think, right now. The Reality Acid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's Chancery. I'm gonna return the land that will enter untapped, I think. My hand has multiple different ways that it can go right now. I don't know what my least valuable card is. I think my second Muldrifter is unnecessary as of right now. Oh, so we're like Jund? Owlbear? Enters the battlefield, draws a card, 4/4 Trampler. Okay. My Reality Acid has a target. I just assume that's what I need to do this turn. I take a lot of damage getting set up here. I don't really know what my opponent's deck does. They've never seen whatever they are playing. Fuck. Oh, I thought I was about to lose my bounce land. They are just legit destroying an indestructible land to serve as a ramp card. That's fine. Like, I'm pretty okay at dealing with the big dumb stuff that gets into play. The chip damage in the early game, that scares me. Okay. What's this? Oh, wow. Okay, so they have 8 of those effects to ramp. Blow up my bounce land, though. Like, so horrifying for me to lose that right now. Alright. I'll flicker that. And I'll attach it here. And I'll gain some life. And then I only have 2 mana. I guess I'll flicker that again. Destroy that. Bring it back to play. I guess go after the black mana. So, what's the big dumb thing that's coming now? Oh god, it's so big and dumb. Boarding party? I don't like this. What's coming? Into another owlbear. Fuck. 6 mana. Just cascade haste. That's a lot of damage. Okay. We'll try to deal with all this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana this turn. So I can go 2 mana for Skyfisher and return the Reality Acid. I can then go 3 mana for Seagate Oracle so that I can have 3 power to trade with Boarding Party. Take a land, play a tapped land, call it a turn, and just kind of hope that my opponent doesn't have removal. I think my opponent has removal. I would have considered waiting if I was them, because like my whole reason for doing that was to do a double block in combat, but like I don't know what their mana curve looks like. Okay, just continue to ramp. Go ahead and bring this stop back. I don't really need it, but I'm just so used to playing with it. I can bring in Dust to Dust to blow up artifact lands. Like, relevant. Okay. Metalcraft? Oh, right, it still counts as an artifact. I take 10 here. Fuck me. Oh god. My opponent's deck is so cool. I absolutely love it. Okay, am I dead? Oh god, I'm dead. Yeah, so they have like Galv Blasts and Lightning Bolts to go to the Dome in addition to that other stuff. Ugh. Okay, how much sideboarding do I want to do? Because, like, I can go after the artifact lands, but is it correct to? I want these Cop Reds. I want these Hydroblasts. And I think Counterspell and Dust to Dust are playable cards. I don't know what to do. Because, like, there's some times where I board in Dust to Dust and it just, like, does not do what I want to do. I'm going to go down a Seagate Oracle. I'm going to go down a Flicker Effect. I think I'm going to go down... I probably can't go down any finishers. I'm so finisher light. Just kind of do a little bit of trimming and then get these cards in. I think Counterspell and Dust to Dust are both reasonable, but, like, I kind of need to keep a decent density of cards. Okay, how is this? This plays Muldrifter as a draw 2 on turn 3. This is Hydroblast up for turn 2. That's not great. I think I can do better on 6. Not great. I think I'm keeping it. Like, I don't want to mulligan too aggressively and then just get super punished for not having a high enough density of cards, because I need, like, multiple things in order to really just do my thing. Play this Teferi's Time Twist if I absolutely have to just draw a card. No. Okay, I will just cast a Divination this turn. Hopefully get my mana situation better and find something else to do. I don't mind another Spreading Seas. Like, making my opponent's mana more awkward is good. But I've given them 2 or 3 mana with red available, so they can cast one of their ramp cards here. Yeah. Okay. Opponent's deck is cool, though. Absolutely cool. Alright, so let's Spreading Seas and hit this. Just kind of try to keep them off the black. And then I guess I'll be holding up Hydroblast. Okay. Everything draws a card. Okay, am I just drawing another card with Spreading Seas? I think I'm just drawing another card with Spreading Seas. Let's do that. So go to end step. Just hit. Okay. For a second there, I thought I was about to F6 my whole turn by clicking 1 too many times. All right, Preordain. Top red, Journey to Nowhere with no white sources. That's not it. White source. Okay. So I guess I will go ahead and Journey to Nowhere. But I'm in, like, 1-for-1 territory, and my opponent is in 2-for-1 territory. I need something to start, like, flickering that's going to be good. Do I counter this? It cantrips and ramps. I don't think I can counter this. I think I have to point this at, like, a red Cascader or something. Like, if it was a little earlier in the game, I think I would, but with my opponent already having this much mana, I think I just kind of have to accept. Like, I'm already going to Barry's Time Twist to just draw a card here, which is not what I want to be doing. Black is probably not a bottleneck. Maybe green is. Let's switch it to this artifact land now. All right, I found a Muldrifter. If I play that, I drop Hydroblast. Unless I draw a blue land, which I am going to hope that I do. But I don't think I'm going to win this game. My opponent has 7 cards in hand. I don't think I win this game without taking some risks here and trying to set up something powerful. Well, let's see how bad this is. This is a billion mana. What the fuck is this? Oh god. Okay. They found a lightning bolt from my Muldrifter, and they have a reach cascade at Trampler. No big deal. I'm fine. Everything's fine. This is normal. Fuck. Okay. So, thing draws a card. Just gonna throw that out there as something that makes me slightly sad. Let's see if I can get away without doing that. So I'm going to Dreamstalker, return Spreading Seas, cast Spreading Seas, and then if I draw another removal spell, I can just use that. Did not. Okay. This is an instant, so I can do it on their turn. This does not feel good for me. I just don't have the time to set up and dirtle the way that I want to. I'll block here. I'm probably going to get, like, Galvanic Blasted. Attempt to Flicker the Journey. Exile that thing. I get to draw a card for the thing I exiled earlier. Blah. Alright, so I have some damage marked on this. I don't... maybe I do protect this thing. I've gotta hold the ground somehow. And I think if my opponent had the hasty thing, they would have just played it pre-combat, because, you know, it has haste. I don't see the world in which I win this game. Opponent's deck is just so big. Okay, they have a red Monarch card in addition. Ugh. I think I'm ready to just concede. Like, this is so... like, I'm at 22. I just feel like I'm absolutely getting dogpiled on by all this card advantage. I love opponent's deck. Like, it's beautiful. I guess I start by cycling and see if I can get into something reasonable. Okay. So, past Reality Acid. No. 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 Okay. I think this is the point where I'm comfortable conceding this one. I love... opponent's deck is sweet. They got me. Hey, if you made it this far in the video, it's pretty obvious that you're enjoying my content. Consider doing something to help me, whether it's something as small as leaving a like or subscribing to my channel, or doing something cool like doing a donation deck list, or even cooler, a dealer's choice donation deck list. Just saying, I get to do shenanigans every time that happens. Okay, back to the show. All right. Let's hope we're not playing against that Cascade deck. Well, what a beauty. I'm still just in awe. Okay, we're probably playing against Affinity then. So, I don't really want to play the Chancery right now, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cycle this and kind of see where we're at. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. I guess I can go ahead and play it. It's just like awkward returning the tapped land now that I know I'm playing against something that can really go fast. But hopefully I can Reality Acid on some cool stuff. A Tog kind of messes with some of my Reality Acid shenanigans, though. Okay, Prophetic Prism is fine. Alright. So, I'll make my land drop. Granted, Permanent Controller sacrifices it, so this can destroy the indestructible lands. So I guess I'll go that route. And we'll see how much of a board my opponent can build this turn. If they play in a Tog or another sacrifice outlet, I don't get to necessarily just, like, do my thing super well. That is what it is. Okay. Still got all these lands. Okay. Star is fine. Okay, cool. I'm going to get to at least attempt to do my thing. I wish I had an untapped land. I could do 2 things this turn. That's fine, though. Alright, so I'll do this. I guess I do it now. And do the old Time Twist. Thinking about, like, Pyroblast, but I'm not really expecting a main deck Pyroblast out of Affinity. I guess Deadly Dispute is a thing, though. I wasn't thinking about it because opponent didn't have black mana showing, but, like, they have they have Prism and Star and stuff, so yeah, I should have waited till upkeep. Don't do it. Yeah, fuck me. Alright. Figured that out 10 seconds too slowly. That was savage. Having another tapped land here is rough because I don't get to just play Muldrifter this turn. Turn's kind of gonna be bad unless I draw either an untapped land or something else to do. I think I'm gonna get run over here. Like, I know my opponent has no board yet, but yeah. Okay. Disciple plus munitions is kind of scary. Another tap land. Blah. Alright, 2 mana, Journey to Nowhere, absolutely. Attempt to just take out that Disciple. Opponent can do a little bit of damage on the way out the door to me if they want. Not sure if they want to get rid of that treasure. I think I'll cycle this land now. Okay. Alright, I've got 5 mana next turn. I can play some Mole Drifters and then start trying to get cute with them, but I can't get too cute because, like, the munitions is on board and it can ping my Mole Drifters. Do not like my game 1 position against this deck. Like, after sideboarding, I get 4 Dust to Dust and Top Red and Hydroblast. Like, I get a lot of tools. I'm gonna have to figure out how to sideboard, like what comes out. I'm unsure about that, just kind of at a glance. Reality Acid. Mole Drifter better. Like, I can Reality Acid this. I think I just want to draw cards and continue to attempt to make land drops, though. Like, I do need to attack my opponent to death here. Oh, Face Fetters is a perfect answer for this. Very good with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. My opponent has 8 artifacts in play already. Yeah, sure. That's fine. Like, I don't mind my opponent, like, actively destroying artifacts to ping off my Mole Drifters. I need more mana. Got lines where I get cute and I, like, play Mole Drifter and Teferi's Time Twisted immediately to, like, draw. Oh, God. Okay. So, I think the munitions stays around. God, this is so awkward, right? Because I try to do Reality Acid nonsense and either Atog or Makeshift Munitions kind of fucks me over. So I think the Atog is the one that has more urgency here. So let's attempt to junk that, and my opponent will probably just shoot me. And I don't gain the 4 life. Okay, yeah, they figured it out. So that goes directly to graveyard. I don't get a chance to bounce it or anything. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Next turn I can really only use 5 mana the way that I want to. I think I'm okay with just doing this. In case I'm wrong and something changes, though, I'm just gonna, like, grab a regular land instead of gaining the 1 life. Like, the 1 life could be relevant, but I want to have the ability to pivot and do different things. Okay, I'm getting Galv Blasted. Okay, and my opponent has a 4/4. Okay. The munitions is, still the scariest thing here, but not by a lot. Now there's multiple 4/4s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 or 6 mana. I really need to kill this thing first. I will Reality Acid that. I'll play this land tapped for 2 life. And I will Time Twist that away. Now my opponent loses the ability to just, like, sacrifice their board and ping me for a gajillion. And I'll put one of these on the Mirror Enforcer. And then I'll work on killing one or both of those next turn. Assuming I don't meet a terrible, terrible end somehow. 8 damage is a lot. It'll leave me on a theoretical 2-turn clock, but I'm going to mess with the board, so I'm not super, super worried about that. It's when my opponent starts ripping, like, Thoughtcast. Oh, great. Thoughtcast effects that I start to be worried. Alright, let's attempt to do a thing. No, my opponent can have a Deadly Dispute and make this super awkward for me. There's this. Oh, okay. They're just Galv Blasting my the Mirror Enforcer. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can have a 5th mana. I can just play a Mole Drifter this turn. This blocks this. Yeah, I'll just float mana here and bounce this land. Then do the Mole Drifter nonsense. Oh, okay, another Galv Blast. Okay. Alright. I have Spreading Seas for days. I'm at the mercy of my opponent's top decks. Their draw 2 effects are going to be very good. Their Togs are going to be very good. Okay. You can't really, like, truly knock them off of mana. So these are just going to be, like, cycling cards. Like, with multiple Prophetic Prisms and that many dual lands. Like, they're okay. Core Skyfisher. Eh. Let's attack the black, I guess. I gotta find something cool to do. Dreamstalker, not exactly it. Yeah, I think I'll just keep cycling through, because like these Dreamstalkers and Core Skyfishers can do cool things later. They just don't really do anything cool right now. I think my opponent is currently winning. Like, my board is better, my hand is better, but I think if we look at this 5 turns down the line, my opponent is going to be ahead in so many of the circumstances, because like they have cards like they have 8 draw 2 effects plus Disciples that are all just very good right now. Munitions and Togs are also pretty darn good. All right, no attacks. My things are safe for now. Let's attempt to get deeper. Flicker? I don't really want flicker effects right now. I want something good to flicker. Okay. So I'll play a Core Skyfisher, and I'll just return a Spreading Seas with that to draw a card. And like I want to find some sort of like Reality Acid or Muldrifter or something like that. Okay, that counts. So I'll cast this. This gets me a Reality Acid. Yes. Grab Reality Acid. Okay, and I have some power in the air that I can start attacking with. Okay, I mean, if we dodge for another turn, I get to, like, actually start doing the thing my deck wants to do. Oh, wow, we dodged for another turn. That's super lucky. That's also pretty good. All right, Reality Acid on Mirror Enforcer. Play Core Skyfisher. And return the Reality Acid to hand, making them sacrifice the Enforcer. Make a land drop. Crash in with all this stuff. For a whopping 4 points of damage. And I think I just hold the Reality Acid. Like, I can play it to destroy a land or a Wedding Invitation or something, but I don't think I'm super concerned with that right now. I think I just want to be holding some stuff back. Wow, I am getting so lucky here. Okay. This is 6 points of damage, bringing my opponent to 10. Okay. Do I Dreamstalker? If I do, I don't have a way to play something with Reality, or to like immediately sacrifice something with Reality Acid, so I don't think I do that. I'm on a 2-turn clock regardless. Okay. This is where shit starts to get scary, right? Because they can chain this stuff together. That's fine. We have reached the dancing permanent portion of the game where my opponent is going to play permanents and their stuff is just gonna like all over the screen. Okay, I mean, good with that. Really? I'm getting this lucky here? That's fantastic. So I'll crash in for 6. Bring my opponent to 4. Play a Muldrifter. Draw 2 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 artifacts. Okay, so artifact count isn't super relevant or anything. Actually, let's tap that differently. Just tap this since it's less flexible. Draw a card, a Journey to Nowhere. That's fine, but doesn't really do anything. I pass the turn, and let's see if I die to like a Tog plus double Disciple or something like that. As it can definitely happen. Whew, okay. How do I want to board? So like Serrated Arrows is good very specifically versus Disciples, and kind of bad versus a lot of the other stuff. I think I absolutely need these 8 cards. Probably go down on Squire. I probably go down on some bounce effects. 8 is so many cards to bring in for this deck. I go down to Dreamstalker. I probably go down a Reality Acid since I've cut a few of the other cards. Like, kind of keep things proportional. Probably go down 1 Muldrifter and then go down 1... I don't know, maybe Spreading Seas isn't that good. Like, what if I cut Spreading Seas and I keep some of this other stuff? Like, I keep Sky Fisher, Ball Drifter, one of these. Like, Spreading Seas on the draw seems just incredibly slow. Actually, I'd rather have this Rated Arrows than one other random effect here. Be over the 4th Time Twist. Like, the Serrated Arrows does one specific thing, but it's one specific thing that's pretty important. I will keep this hand. Like, it doesn't do anything fast, but it has the sort of cards that I probably need in order to win. But I'm not really expecting my deck to do anything too fast, especially, like, on the draw. Kind of trusting in the deck a little bit here to produce some cards that will be good in one way or another. I have a lot of just, like, absolutely fantastic draws, so I think that's fine. Journey to Nowhere absolutely qualifies. That is a fantastic card to just slam this turn. And then I can start doing Reality Acid nonsense next turn. Unsure whether or not I will be able to go after my opponent's lands or whether or not I'll need to do something else. A Disciple, sure. Okay. Is there a follow-up card? Yes. And that's a pretty good turn. Oh, we're still going. We're not going. We are going? A second Disciple. Okay. That is gonna get aggressive quickly. That's okay. I have access to multiple Reality Acids. The first one goes on one of those Disciples, and then I'll bounce or flicker it onto the other one next turn. I'm going to take some actual physical attack damage from these Disciples pretty quickly. But after maybe 3 damage from attacks, I should have dealt with those like fully. Munitions would be something that's kind of scary here. Okay, these things are fine. Dog starts to get scary though. Like, that's for sure. That's 17. Every artifact represents a drain 2. I'd like to draw a land here. I did not draw a land. Can't double spell. I think I just go ahead and pass the turn here. I think I let my opponent go to their turn with this Disciple in play. And then try to play around Deadly Dispute to the best of my ability. Oh. Now to avoid this point of damage, I will go ahead and attempt the Blink Shenanigans. My opponent Deadly Disputes, they Deadly Dispute, but I, like, have to use my mana. Yep. But I made them use that mana on their turn rather than my turn. That's totally fine. I'll take 1 here. It cost me 2 cards to get rid of a Disciple of the Vault, though, which is really not where I want to be against my opponent's 8 draw 2 effects. Okay, sure. Are we at Thoughtcast? More Disciples. Sure. Alright, so I'll Reality Acid one of these again. Oh, no, I won't. Spell Pierce. And the Spell Pierce drains me too, since my opponent used a treasure to cast it. Rough. I could absolutely be dead next turn. I'll play a bounce land. I'll return an untapped land because, like, my mana definitely matters here. I'm at 12. I will be dead to an Atog or Atog-like effect. Yeah, 3, 6. Yeah, opponent has 9 artifacts. I think this turn has to just be, like, play the Mull Drifter, use this to attempt to hit land drops for future turns, and then I can start trying to find a way to... Oh my god, am I getting blasted? Ugh. Okay. I think I'm going down, folks. Doesn't feel good. Gonna be at 10 from this attack. I am dead to, like, munitions or a Tog or something like that. Alright. Gain a life. Attempt the Mull Drifter plan again. Hope their last card is not a blast. Because it's so good if it is. Okay. This is a big turn for them. So as of next turn, I can hold up Hydroblast for the rest of the game. And do things at least somewhat safely. But this turn can be very bad for me. I'm at 9 from that drain. Oh, God. So that puts me to 7 when they cycle this. Fuck. I mean, okay. I had the Hydroblast in hand to answer that. Let's try again when we're on the play. I could consider playing something like Dispel. My Reality Acid plan, like, that my deck is built around is just, like, not great versus what my opponent is doing, unfortunately. You have so many ways to sacrifice something between Munitions, Deadly Dispute, and a Tog. I still think I need to keep them, though. Like, my deck is built around that effect. No, that's not enough mana. Yeah? Not ready for a Sky Fisher on a hand like this one. I'm going to hope to draw an untapped land in 2 draw steps. Otherwise, this hand can be a little awkward just in terms of how slow it's going to be with tapped lands. Alright. I'll go land, gain my life, see what my opponent can do. Okay, they just play a land. I can't do anything with my 1 mana this turn. I'll just go ahead and bounce this. I've got Journey to Nowhere for an Atog or a Disciple that my opponent plays out. I've got Cop Red for protecting against a Tog. I have a Dust to Dust to take out multiple lands if I can do that and, like, get under my opponent before they create too many things. Oh, okay. That is cool duress art, by the way. I don't recognize that symbol. Is this a real card, or is this like a fake Magic Online card? I don't know anymore. There's too many arts. Alright, I lost the Dust to Dust. Okay. I found a Dreamstalker, which I'm not super ready for. I maybe should have gone down a little bit further on those, since... Oh, okay, sure. I mean, I've really just got a jam right now. I think my opponent's very favored here. I took a mulligan, and I don't have a lot going on in my hand in terms of, like, progressing my real game plan. I'm a Reality Acid away from, like, starting to do disgusting things, but I have 3 of those in my deck currently. Alright, well. Chancery. Bounce the Cove, and call it a turn. See what my opponent can do to me here. Sure. I'll lose one of my 2 Journey to Nowheres here, I'm guessing. Yes. What's the follow-up? They're waiting to pay costs, which makes me think... Oh, never mind. I thought I was going to be, like, facing down, like, a Deadly Dispute or something there. Multiple Disciples. Sure. It's going to be good. I get drained for a little bit here. Alright. Gain my life. Go on a Journey to Nowhere. Take out one of those. Assuming this turn isn't super bad for me, I can start doing Muldrifter Flicker shenanigans and use that to pull ahead. Like, the Muldrifter also blocks these things. My opponent has 1 card. I mean, here's to hoping it's not Pyroblast. Oh, whatever it is, they're just playing it. A Tog. That's scary. I can flicker my Journey to Nowhere and take out the Atog and leave my opponent with 1 side of the combo. I don't think I'm going to do that. This is stressful. Okay, that's fantastic. So now this represents having a blast up. Then I can Faith's Fetters Atog, and then work towards Heliod's Pilgrim or Reality Acid to kind of go the rest of the way. Things can go wrong this turn, but it requires, like, a Thought Cast or a Deadly Dispute here. That's fine. Am I fine trading Muldrifter for one of my opponent's lands? No. I think I won't block. I'll take my 1 point of damage. Reality Acid. 2, 4, 5, 6 mana. So let's go. Faith's Fetter's fine. Faith's Fetter's on a Tog instead. Oh, I don't use my mana super well. I could actually. No, let's just Reality Acid. I'll put that there. I'll flicker it, and I'll move it to the Enforcer. Actually, is the Enforcer more scary than Disciples? Probably not, actually. Let's put that there. Alright, the Tog is dead. I'll hold this back to block Disciples so they can't swing in. I'll take the attack for 4. I'm fine with that. Like, I can Faith's Fetters that thing so that it can't attack or block, and I'll gain some life from it. Alright, 2, 4, 5, 6 mana. I'll use 2 of that to play Dreamstalker. Now, this is a 1/5, meaning that actually just blocks this in combat. Okay, what do we got? A Deadly Dispute? Fling. Okay. That's fine. Do I just bounce Muldrifter? I can also just, like, bounce a land here and not go negative on board. Oh, I think I can afford to bounce the Muldrifter. Not gonna like be super mana efficient here, but I'm gonna go ahead and Heliod's Pilgrim and search up a new Reality Acid. All right, I've got pretty good control on this game now. Like, things can happen, but I think I'm far enough ahead on board that I can live through like a draw 2 effect. Let's attempt to Reality Acid that. It has worked. I don't think I want to like use my instant speed effects if I don't have to. Let's just go ahead and play the Dreamstalker. Bounce my Reality Acid, take that Disciple out of play. I can win eventually. I'm not in a hurry to win. Like, until my opponent starts drawing draw 2s, I'm going to get further and further ahead. My opponent is pausing on the attack step. Like, I'll absolutely block with the Dreamstalker if you want to use a Galvanic Blast in that way. Opponent does not have the time to be, like, wasting that long on decisions, just by the way. I will continue to make land drops. Yeah, I'll cast the Reality Acid. And then I think because of Deadly Dispute, I just wait and go for this in the upkeep. Like, this can get, like, Pyroblasted or Spell Pierced or something, but I think I'm good with that. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, a Wellspring is totally acceptable. And, okay, it's just a land. I wonder if I'm just, like, naturally going to wait out this Mirror Enforcer. By that, I mean, like, whether or not I will actually do what Vanishing was intended to do. Preordain. Sure. I'll start there. I am fine drawing or Skyfisher. Journey to Nowhere is probably an above average draw. I'll put both on top. I'll cast a Core Skyfisher. I'll return the Reality Acid. Alright, now I actually get to start attacking, which is fantastic. Alright, so I get in there for the damage. I think at this point I just chill with these cards in hand. Like, I don't want to start Reality Aciding lands without a whole bunch of other things to do with my mana. Like, I have plenty of power here. Hitting for 5, followed by 7. So I'll take 2 more turns to kill. Okay, my opponent randomly paused for a while. Just going to assume that that was not actually related to the game itself. And we'll cast this here, Muldrifter. With a Hydroblast up, I think it is basically impossible for me to lose here. Okay, that's just another land. That is not going to do it for my opponent here. So I'll just go ahead and crash in. No need to play any other cards. Battle. So this is a respectable amount of damage. My opponent goes to 5, and then I just kind of presume they're dead. I think unless they start with either a Thoughtcast or a Deadly Dispute, there's just, like, not something that's going to kill me. Blood Fountain's pretty good. That's 4 mana to sacrifice it. I do have some instant speed shenanigans that I can do. They have 10 artifacts, so putting in a Tog into play doesn't actually kill me. They just try to drain me out. I could have, like, Faith Fetters, like, one of my own permanents, like a Journey to Nowhere or something like that, to gain some life on one of these turns where I pass with extra mana up. Okay, they're going for a loot. Add another land in hand. And there is the concession. So we're now 2-1. I keep. I feel so awkward about these opening hands with multiple tap lands like this. Like, my deck's already slow to get started, and my mana base is compounding that. I don't know if it's, like, a deck building error, and, like, there should just be more basics in here, because, like, the multiple colors that these things tap for is, like, definitely relevant. Okay. We're We're doing the affinity thing again, apparently. Everything's tapped. Everything's tapped. Okay, what am I doing? Am I casting this Preordain or am I just cycling this land? I'm probably casting this Preordain. I need to find something reasonable. I don't need a flicker right now. And I'm pretty far away from casting this. Ugh. Do I want to cast a 2-drop next turn? I guess I do that either way. Play the Chancery. Bounce this and call it a turn. I'm gonna need something else to get, like, going here. I can do some, like, pseudo black Bible? Blood Fountain, sure. Okay, and another star, sure. Okay, let's go 2 mana, make my opponent's mana a little bit worse. Play this, yeah, like, if I had an untapped land, I could preordain this turn. If I find a reality asset, I currently have 4 different ways to bounce it back to my hand. But I can't, like, double spell or anything right now. This is turning into a little bit of a clunker. But opponent, another tapped land. I'm gonna lose my mind. Alright, let's start with a Preordain. These cards are good. I will top both. So I'll go 2 mana, play the Journey to Nowhere this turn, exile the Enforcer, gain 2 life with this land, and pass the turn. Then next turn, I can tutor for my Reality Acid and start doing cool things with it. Okay, opponent's got black mana again. Thoughtcast or Deadly Dispute. Deadly Dispute, sure. Okay. That's an Atog. That's a Frogmite. I don't care about the Frogmite. I care about the Atog. The Atog is so much damage. 8 artifacts right now. I know I'm beating the dead horse here by saying this, but holy fuck, I want an untapped land so bad so that I can have 5 mana. Say Levy, though. Isn't an aura, I can't fetch it off with Helios Pyramid. This is a turn where I wish I had the crystallization. Alright, wouldn't work because I wouldn't have enough mana. Never mind. JK. Alright, no, other way. I do this one. So I'll play Dreamstalker, and I'll bounce my Journey to Nowhere. That gives my opponent the Enforcer back. I will replay the Journey to Nowhere. This will take out the Atog. And then I can go ahead and just, like, make my tapped land drop. And now I have a 1/5 in play that can block the Mirror Enforcer, so I only take 2 in combat, which in the grand scheme of things is not that bad. And I can start working on... yeah, shit. Getting to Reality Acid. I haven't seen a Terrarian in these decks in a while. Another Atog. That's bad. Never mind. Fuck you, Atog. So, 2 mana. Exile Atog. Do I want to take damage from Mirror Enforcer? I think I'm okay with it. I think I really need this Reality Acid. So let's play my Pilgrim. And find a Reality Acid. Like, the alternative line is, like, play Dreamstalker. And just, like, use it to bounce my gain 2 life land. And, like... that offsets an entire combat step. I might just chump block with the Heliod's Pilgrim this turn for 4 life. Like, with the Reality Acid in hand, I have plenty to do with my various bounce effects that I have. So I think I'm good with that. Okay, that's just cycling, that's fine. For double black... okay. Multiple Disciples would be scary here. Please don't be the third Atog. Okay, it's a Blood Fountain. That's... fuck me. Absolutely blocking for 4 life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I can get drained for instantly. Not cool! I think I have to target the Disciple. Actually, that's weird. It's fucked up that I'm at 20 and I just, like, think I might die next turn. Probably have to hit the Atog this turn, because otherwise I have to chump block the Atog. Alright, Reality Acid on Atog. Play Dreamstalker. Dreamstalker will bounce the Reality Acid and be able to block Mirror Enforcer. But I can take a lot of damage in this turn cycle, kind of depending on how my opponent chooses to go about things here. Okay. They did not want to drain me at all. There's only one Atog left in the deck, and then maybe munitions on top of that. Okay. Oh. Yeah. I'll block this. I'll take 2. I'm at 18. Blood tokens can do us, like, and treasure tokens and stuff can do a surprising amount of damage. Okay, a Gal Blast to me in this turn cycle. Opponent can do shenanigans with blood fountains in a way that I'm not super comfortable with. But here's to hoping they miss that. I'll attempt to Reality Acid this, then play a Core Skyfisher and kill it. Alright, bounce that, and attempt to kill this. This would be a great... Wow. Oh, I guess I can just return both with Blood Fountain, huh? Ugh. Yeah, it seems like that's what's happening. Okay, so they're going to return a Tog Disciple after I've spent all that time doing it. Ugh. Disgusting. Yeah, I'm just not... I had too many tapped lands here, so I was not keeping pace with what my opponent was doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 that they can drain me for immediately, so I don't have to do this jump block here. Fucking sucks, though. Okay, they're not willing to play out the Disciple yet. I also wish I had an actual factual blink effect instead of the return to hand effects. Ugh. So I'll Reality Acid the Atog and Core Skyfisher it back to hand. Yeah. Affinity is just so good at grinding. Alright, I've got a couple of things held back, but opponent is definitely the one who's pulling ahead here. If I can get this board a little more stable, I can, like, Reality Acid the Blood Fountain, but I'm just, like, not there yet. Okay, opponent's taking no attacks. We're just going to return that Atog. Okay. So my opponent's going to do this whole Blood Fountain thing. Then they 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That they can just drain me for. Not a ton I can do about that. So I'll go after an Enforcer. And I think I wait until end step here, because I want my opponent to activate that Blood Fountain and for them to only get 1 permanent. So they're going to return this Atog with Blood Fountain. That's fine. Now I will go ahead and Teferi's Time Twist and just junk that out. Send that to Graveyard. And if they don't kill me in 1 turn, I can use my Reality Acid for more shenanigans. I can very easily die here. This is nerve-wracking. Alright, there's an Atog. I assume this shit begins, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so I'm not dead. But I could die. I can die if the Ichor Wellspring puts my opponent into a decent position. Alright. So I get to return this. This probably has to go after the Atog, and then I can go after the Disciple next. Both are incredibly threatening. Oof. Alright. 2 mana for Core Skyfisher. 3 mana for a Reality Acid recast. Does not leave me with enough mana to also play Spreading Seas. Okay. Alright, so play Skyfisher. Bounce the Reality Acid. Causes them to sacrifice the Atog. I assume at least Ichor Wellspring happens here. Yield to this until end of turn and just kind of see how bad this is. Like, they can sack out and think about putting me in range of, like, Gal Blast type cards. Oh, fuck. Speaking of, that's a hell of a card to draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I believe I just died. I'm going to just yield to that to make sure I'm not wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, son of a bitch, I'm dead. Like, I knew I was on the wrong end of the equation here, just like in terms of my start and how awkward it was. But like there was starting to be hope. I guess I could have started this with Spreading Seas to see if I drew an instant speed blink effect to help out with this, but yikes. Alright. So I sideboarded a shit ton of cards before. I think I sideboarded 9 cards. Let's figure out how I want to do this. So I think I went all the Spreading Seas out. I like trimmed this and trimmed this. I think I trimmed one of these and one Reality Acid. I don't know. The Reality Acids become so important if I end up cutting some of the other stuff. Maybe I go down one more Flicker effect. That's not enough mana. That's also not enough mana, but it has multiple removal spells, so I probably just keep this hand. I don't know, maybe this doesn't win. Like, I don't have a true plan. My plan is just, like, remove 2 of my opponent's things and then kind of hope it works. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna go ahead and throw away one of these Flicker effects. I can just, like, technically play out a Score or Skyfisher on turn 2 by bouncing one of my lands. I don't, like, really want to do that, but it's a thing I'm allowed to do. Yeah, now I really don't want to do that, because if I rip an untapped white source, I do want to be able to play this Dust to Dust next turn. So I'm going to pass the turn with Hydroblast up. I don't know that I'm going to get to Hydroblast something, like, given what my opponent's mana looks like currently. Fuck. That's so good. Yeah, I mean, saw that one coming. Okay. So let's play a Core Skyfisher, bounce my land, gain an extra life there, and call it a turn. Like, that's not how I want to be using that card, but I don't really have a choice here. Blood Fountain is such a beating against my Reality Acid nonsense. Alright, you've got a 4/4. Sure. Just journeying that. I don't really care about it right now. I hate how poorly I'm utilizing my cards right now, but I'm just, like, stuck on mana, so I'll take this incidental life gain and force my opponent to use, like, a Galv Blast or equivalent to get through this Streamstalker. Like, I don't super care about the Enforcer right now. I'd rather save my removal spells for a Togs. Yep, that's fine. Okay, that'll be good once I can get to it. So I'll bash in for 2 points of damage in the air. Brought my opponent to 16. And I want to exile important creatures when I can. They can still, like, do Deadly Dispute nonsense here. Yeah. But, like, I've got to try, right? Ugh, that's so feel bad. Like, I played that in a way that, like, works towards my long-term plan of keeping those things out of the graveyard, but because they had the Deadly Dispute there, it just, like, does not work out well for me. The follow-up feels like Galv Blast. Nope. Cast down, sure. Worth 4 points of damage, it's pretty good. I'll go to 19. I need mana. Fuck. Alright. I'll hit for 2. Bring my opponent to 14. I think I'm just gonna flicker this Journey to Nowhere right now and take out this Mirror Enforcer. If my opponent has Deadly Dispute, it costs them the treasure token right now. Okay, they did not. I can't play this game on 2 lands. Like, I am falling further and further behind here. Yeah, sure. That's a lot of mana. Are we just at Blood Fountain activate for an Atog? Yes, that's where we're at. I can Hydroblast that. Yeah. Crash in for 2. I have such great resources that I can't use. Alright, sure. I don't know if my opponent was supposed to use the Blood Fountain so aggressively, or whether they were really supposed to just, like, wait until later. A 3rd land! Holy shit! Alright. The first things first, attack in for my 2 points of damage. Opponent goes to 10. I think I'll just Journey. I think just keeping my opponent from killing me right now is pretty important, and then I can hold up Hydroblast for the Atog that I know my opponent has. Okay. Nope. I'm not even gonna mess around with that. Ooh, okay, you have a red elemental blast. Sure, sure, sure. That's horrifying. Don't do it. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, a hell of a draw. I wish I had one more mana so that I could use the arrows, but they levy. Alright, Journey the Atog. Nice. Crash in for 2. Opponent's at 8. I might steal this one. Like, despite just absolutely floundering. I don't even have white yet for mana. Damn. My clock! Alright, I'll take 1. That's fine. Land. Land. I think this is absolutely my play here. The Disciple is just too dangerous. I'll kill it in my opponent's upkeep. Goodbye. Blood Fountain becomes more and more horrifying, by the way, as this game drags on. Nice. Okay. Cool. So now I'm in Mole Drifter territory. I'm playing this over the Pilgrim because this card attacks. It also gets blasted. But I think, like, a 4-turn clock versus an 8-turn clock is a huge difference, right? Like, I want to attempt that card as soon as possible. Sure. Okay. So I can use both activations of Serrated Arrows to kill this thing. I think I'm good with that. Like, yeah, I'm good with it. These are counters, yeah. Alright, so I'll cast a Pilgrim here. Yes, I'll use this ability. I will grab Faith's Fetters since I already have a Reality Acid. Faith's Fetters is something that doesn't get Pyroblasted as well. I'll lose this Arrows. My upkeep. Can't flicker it out here, unfortunately. Goodbye. Preordain is fine. I'm going to go ahead and just take my attack step, though. If my opponent wants to like use a Gal Blast or something on this shitter, I do not care. Alright, you're at 7. Preordain. Dust to Dust. Cop Red. Yes. Those cards are good. So I'll play the Cop Red. I'll kind of leave this up. I don't want to use Dust to Dust on lands at this point of the game. I have a lot of things covered right now. My opponent has some draw 2 effects that will be very good, though. So, I'm not out of the woods. Alright, so I draw Dust to Dust. Crash in for 1. That's my turn. I think that's all I'm going to do. You're at 6. Alright. Terrarian is totally fine. Don't get to cycle that. That's a slow trip. I do not want another Cop Red. I don't think I want to, like, exile these things with Dust to Dust. I think I care more about things like Mirror Enforcers right now. Crash in for 1. You're at 5. Yeah. This is nerve-wracking. Alright. Terrarian is cycled. That's fine. Disciple is a thing. Deadly Dispute is very good. This is happening. I do not like this card advantage my opponent is getting here. I have no flicker ability for Reality Acid right now. Land is fine. Disciple is happening. Oh, I wish I didn't use the arrows right now. Another Deadly Dispute. Alright, let's yield to this until end of turn. And same here. I'm at 15, but like my opponent has 3 treasure tokens, which actually represent a good amount of damage. Alright. Faith's Fetters is not really the answer that I'm looking to for a Disciple of the Vault, by the way. Seagate Oracle is really expensive right now. I can play it, try to hit a land drop, and then play Dust to Dust, but so many of my lands enter tapped that that's kind of risky. I think this is just a Dust to Dust turn. God, I don't want to use Dust to Dust on a Mirror Enforcer. There's Faith's Fetters it. I guess. Like, not happy with my options here. I'm still kind of choked on mana. Opponent has used 3 of their 4 Deadly Disputes, just kind of for what it's worth. Do I attack with this? I could. I think I'm more scared of dying. I think that 1 point of damage is more relevant for me here. Alright. Deadly Dispute. Last Deadly Dispute. Kappa. Whatever. I got some. What? What did you sacrifice with Deadly Dispute, if not the Mirror Enforcer that can't attack or block a land? Okay. Don't. Alright. Wellspring is fine. I hope this Cop Red is, like, secretly doing work that I can't see. Because right now it does not feel good. Oh my god. This is, disgusting. Okay. Yep. Now I just take 2 damage from the attack step. I take 6 more from the treasure tokens at any time. Fuck. I'm at 12. Oh, and, like, my opponent has... Alright, so I'll Cop Red and stop that. Just have more of them. God damn. Okay, like... What do you want me to do here? I stop the damage from the Galv Blast and I die to a fucking treasure token. That's so disappointing. Alright. Alright, I've kept a mediocre 7-card hand. My opponent has mulliganed to 5. I'm really hoping that Spreading Seas helps me to buy time until I can, like, get to that mid-game where I get... Really? Wow. Huh. Kinda makes my turn awkward. I guess I'm just putting a threat into play. Not really planning on playing the game out this way, but I didn't expect my opponent to skip their first land drop either, so I guess there's that. Returning the plains might be better there, by the way. Just throwing that out there. That doesn't seem like it matters. Let's cycle this land. Play this tapped land instead of the other tapped land. Bash for 2. Yeah, okay. Like, I don't know why you kept a no-lander on 5. I would have gone to 4 pretty much every time. Like, at least attempt something functional. Alright, I have 0 ability to know what deck my opponent is playing here. Opponent has finishes with many pauper decks, so I can't really, like, truly gleam anything. I think I am just going to submit my game 1 deck again, and sideboard for game 3. I have no idea if this hand is good. I'll keep it. Oh, my opponent mulliganed again. You playing Burn? You playing Burn and you mulliganed that deep? That's crazy if so. Okay. Yeah, so it's Burn or something Burn adjacent. Maybe a, like, Jeskai Prowess deck or something along those lines. That's fine. Like, I'm pretty good. Multiple Prismatic Strands, sure. I don't really care about that sort of stuff right now. The Spreading Seas could, like, actively be bad for me, right? Let's just, like, not do that. Like, I can knock my opponent off a color, but I think it's better to just start doing Reality Acid bullshit. And I'll, like, work on destroying my opponent's lands. I don't super care about the Prismatic Strands. I'm worried about, like, my opponent becoming the Monarch in the short term. Alright, they've untapped their mana after tapping for 4. Okay, they're just passing the turn. Don't really know what to think of that. I think I'll just attempt the blink here. Game 1 Pyroblasts. Sure, I will destroy your land a different way. This is the slower way, unfortunately. But, like, it takes my opponent off a color. I'm good with it. Okay. Try to blow up that land as well. Or maybe turn it into an island. That might be just as good. I'll just blow it up next turn. I'm good with it. Like, I'd like to be playing these Spreading Seas just to, like, make more land drops, but protection from monocolored is annoying. I can deal with it. So, let's start with a Spreading Seas on one of those islands just to make sure that I don't, like, change my mind about what I want to do with the rest of the turn after getting a draw. And then I'll destroy a land. Good shit. So no attacks here, obviously. See what my opponent has to do. Battle Screech. That's very good against what I'm doing. Yeah. Okay. Like, I have a 3/3 flyer. Unfortunately, like, Lightning Bolt is a thing that exists. So I'll attack in, get 2 points of damage in, or cause my opponent to use a Strands. Probably just 2 points of damage. I think I just need to play this. Like, I don't get the value out of it that I want to be getting out of it. That's a lot of birds, man. A lot of birds. Oh, that's awful. That's rough as the top deck for me. Alright, so... Like... I don't think I need to tell you how good a series of draws that was. I think you know, right? Like, we all agree here? Let's attack this white mana. See if I can take my opponent off of white and trap those other Squadron Hawks in there for a little while. No, the answer is no. I guess I just play this. And then go 2 mana, Journey. Take out a 4th of a card. Crash in for 2. Like, I have to get this game over, which is hard with these Prismatic Strands in the graveyard and multiple Squadron Hawks in hand. Like, life's not good. Oh, fuck. Rally the... Like, I can't compete with that degree of top decks. That was absolutely fucking insane. I don't think I have any outs to this. Yeah. Fuck. God. What a disaster. Alright. So... Not actually super good here. I'll probably take arrows, relics, and maybe counterspell. My Journey to Nowheres are not good in this matchup. Like, I probably need some number of them for the little lifelink prowess thingy. But they're bad beyond that. I don't feel good about this matchup. Game 1 Pyroblasts are rough. This is a time where I just give up on the Spreading Seas. Just be worse at the beginning of the game. Then I can keep the 4th Journey in there. But then these core Skyfishers and Dreamstalkers are going to look rough early. Maybe that's fine. I believe this relic is extremely important to my success in this matchup. I am going to keep this questionable hand accordingly. Like, this is a hand with problems. I don't have white mana. I don't have 3 mana. I can cycle this relic if I have to at some point. But I'm not super willing to throw back a relic hand with how good I think that card is. Like, my opponent's deck is essentially built to be a Faithless Looting graveyard value deck. And I think keeping this around is pretty damn good. Alright, I will just play a Dreamstalker here, bounce an island, replay the island. Again, not what I want to be doing with these sorts of cards, but I think getting on board further is important. Yep. Alright, my opponent only took 2, so they didn't have to discard. Alright, cool. So I will go ahead and make my attack for 1. Opponent drops to 19. I'll play a Seagate. It's eating a Pyroblast here, which I'll just immediately take out of your graveyard. Worried about just eating a Battle Screech this turn. Like, I can't deal with that many bodies at once right now. I've got long-term prospects to be able to do cool things, but not short-term ones. Muldrifter, do you have to just be a draw too? Unfortunately, I think you do. Opponent's got another blast. Or if they're representing one at the very least. They're not what I am looking to see. Bash in for 1. Oh, just lightning bolt my dome, huh? Sure. I'll take that out of your graveyard. You'll go to 18. Opponent is pulling more and more ahead here. If I stay stuck on 2 mana, they're absolutely just going to win this game. Or if I... Alright, let me rephrase that. If I stay stuck with just all these 2 mana cards that don't really do stuff in hand, I am going to lose this game. I need something to do with them. That's not great. Like, I really need a Muldrifter body in play. Like, that's the sort of thing that I need. I have to just, like, do a shitty removal spell here. I probably have to do a shitty removal spell here. Like, it doesn't feel good. But I can't just keep taking hits from these hawks. Yeah. I'll keep your graveyard thin. I'm just taking so much damage here. I have all the value in the world, but I need to find something to blink. Like, anything. Am I reaching the point where I just have to pop the relic? I don't think I'm willing to this turn. Cycle? I think cycle. I've got some very high impact cards like Serrated Arrows that I could find. Alright, so I can play a Dreamstalker here. Bounce a land. Play a land. Attack for 1. Man, I'm on the wrong side of the equation here. I can die to Rally the Peasants instantly. Third Lightning Bolt. Fuck. Get out of the graveyard. I'm dead to Squadron Hawks in 2 turns. So here's the first combat step. This brings me to 3. Alright. Bolt me. Bolt me. Alright, so we end up with a 2-3 in this league. Overall thoughts on the deck list. I feel like there are too many tap lands in the deck list. I understand wanting to add some of these like value cycle cards for the times when you're flooding, but I feel like I can utilize my mana pretty well in most games. And I definitely tripped over like tapped lands in this league between Tranquil Cove and the Azorius bounce land. So if I were to run this back, I would probably cut the Sandbar and the Occluded Steppe for just 2 more basic lands. I think the untapped lands matter a lot when I have a very important 3-drop that I need to cast on curve and a very important 5-drop that I need to cast on curve. I felt like the sideboard options were solid. I didn't always have amazing stuff, but I felt like I had access to things that were important in the matchups where they were important. I wish there was another permanent of the Quality of Reality Acid to blink. Like, the Spreading Seas to just draw a card is totally fine. But, like, you don't always want to remove the Spreading Seas because sometimes it's denying mana, so that could be awkward. I would maybe explore the card pool to see if there's another good Enter or Leaves play card in either blue-white or in just colorless cards that could abuse the core Skyfisher and Dreamstalker synergies. Dreamstalker being a 1/5 was really good against Mirror Enforcer. I enjoyed playing this league a lot. The matches were very different. Like, sometimes we just bullied our opponent and they did nothing. Sometimes we got run over, and sometimes we played a match that lasted over an hour. Regardless, I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, click the like button on your way out. Throw me any thoughts you have about adjusting this deck list if you have them. Have a great rest of the day, folks. See ya. And remember, if you want to get one of your decks on the channel, or you want to try out one of the deck lists I play, that's always available in the video description. See ya!